Hey guys, Ron here with Rising Sun Properties. I am in our office enjoying these fall colors we have here. Thank you guys so much for the likes and comments. Even had a potential client from the channel stop in. We had a meeting right here in the office. Like I said, if you're ever in Nagoya and want to meet in person, please reach out and let me know. You're welcome to stop by, see our office and the great view we have here. And yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. It was great meeting you. This next property is a very good example of what you can get for the money, especially with the current exchange rate that is very favorable for the US dollar at least. This is at 50,000 yen, and as you'll see in the video, for 50,000 yen, I think it's a great property and a great value. It's a little bit off the beaten path, I'd say. It's in Wakayama, still in the city and connected. It's about 1.5 kilometers from the nearest station. But if you're okay with being away from the major cities and especially away from the city centers, this is a good example of a property that you can get for around the, I think it's 7.5-ish, 50,000 USD mark. So check it out. If you guys have any questions or like to have a chat about purchasing here in Japan, please send me an email or a message on WhatsApp. Thank you very much. Enjoy the tour. All right, so here we are traveling to Wakayama, a beautiful area. As you can see, has some picturesque views on the way. Here is the drive getting to the property. Here's the home. It's 7.8 million yen, 50,000 USD, two-story 4LDK, built in 1992. It's about a 15-minute walk from the station in Hashimoto City, Wakayama. Here's the layout of the property, 118 square meters total, so lots of room and looked to be foundationally in really good condition. Didn't see any problems with the foundation itself or any kind of water damage. You just see it has car parking. This is a Subaru Outback, so it's plenty big enough for a larger vehicle, and you can also squeeze another car in here in the front, maybe a place for bicycles or motorcycles. You can see the gutter here. All the neighbors have theirs covered. This is not covered, so something you might want to add just for safety reasons, so you're not needing to worry about stepping in that hole when you're driving. Those are always a worry and concern when you're driving here in Japan. Knock on wood, I haven't fell into any of them yet. Take a look around the outside of the home first. Here's a bit of a yard, if you like to call it. You can see there's some trees there, so there's stumps still in the ground. If you wanted to utilize that area, those would need to be removed, so that would take some time and money. I did take a look, as I said, at the foundation and didn't see any kind of cracking pretty much anywhere. I don't know if it was painted. I don't think it was painted over, so looks just to be in good condition. The walls as well. Didn't see any kind of water leaking inside either. These do have shutters on all the windows. They were opened when I came, which is kind of nice, so I don't have to open them myself, but you can see right there, they'll just slide over and cover all the windows. Always good to have when you are traveling or if you're gone for an extended period of time. Most of our buyers are buying second holiday homes. So again, just doing a walk around. Everything looked good. Not much of a backyard, but you're right up against these trees, so have some privacy in the back. Plenty of parking area there under the carport. A little bit of cracking right there, but I don't think that's on the foundation itself. So a nice quiet neighborhood. It was a beautiful fall day. This is, I believe, public gas, public water, electricity. Doorbell does work. Have a very tall door as you walk in. Here's the Genkan entranceway with the shoebox here off to the right. They had a couple things set up for, model home look. So nice entranceway. All right, I'm in this home, and you see the front doorway is very high. Can't even reach it. Trying to touch it there. So plenty of height there. And then into the tatami room is hitting my head a little bit. And then going into the living room is clearing, so here as well in the kitchen. So various heights on the door frame, but overall not too bad, not super low. So most of the doors were taller, just a couple, this one in this room and then one upstairs on the second floor as well. Here's a tatami room with 6 tatamis. House was very clean, no weird smells, anything like that. All the shoji paper was new. This looks out to the carport. And this goes out to the front of the house. All of the homes look like they are being lived in. There's a plug-in for an aircon, however, no hole drilled, so you would need to drill a hole. Sometimes older homes, they require asbestos inspection. This is new enough at 1992, I think it was, that should not be an issue. A closet, the door was a little funky. But a closet nonetheless. No lack of storage in these Japanese homes. Here's the hallway. The ceilings were very tall. Some storage space underneath the stairs, which is very typical here in Japan. And maybe other countries as well. I can never remember. I've been in Japan too long, at 12 years now. Just got my new visa. 3-year, thank goodness. Plan to apply for PR next year. This home does have 2 toilets. Here's the first floor toilet. No ventilation fan, but there's a window there. Door was a little sticky. Here we are in the bath area. Sink looks like it might have been newly installed. Here's where you would put your washing machine. See the plug-in on the side there. Water was not turned on. Has one of these sliding doors that you often see in Japan, just kind of helps utilize the space. Quite large tub. This looks like it could have been recently remodeled as well. There was a ventilation fan in here. Automatic reheat and filling capabilities, which is always nice. Now out into the living room and kitchen area. Where the stairs go off to the second floor. We'll get there after this area. So no air cons installed. Again, I always say this in every video. If the air cons are installed, chances are they're going to be a little bit older and need to be replaced anyway. This did have dimming lights and one room here and one upstairs, which I guess is pretty cool, especially for 1992. So as you saw, there is a hole drilled already for this room. There it is. It's the 100 volt, so you can't get the larger aircon, but I think 100 volt aircon for this room would be fine. Split unit, I think is what it's called in other countries. Again, I've been in Japan too long. It's just, we call them aircons here. Sliding door to go into the kitchen. Has a little window out to the probably what you could use as a dining area. This has been upgraded. It looks like there was use a konro, the kind of burner that you just attach to the gas, but this is installed so you don't have to use it anymore. I'm not sure if it'd be functioning or not. I'm sure the inspection would probably tell us about that. Looks a little bit dated, but everything's clean, including the fish grill. That's a breaker box up above that back door that goes, that door off to the right there, goes to the back. Here's me getting underneath the floor to look at the foundation. I always do, if possible. Sometimes they have them drilled down, which is always a bit of a red flag for me. It means they're probably don't want you to look under there. Somebody asked about insulation in the last video. Here you can see the insulation under the floor. I said that you can see it in the floors, and you see that styrofoam for the insulation there. There's a view of both of them out. You can use those boxes for storage. I had them at my old place, and we'd use them as coolers for parties, keep our beverages in. Looks like another place for an air con there. No hole drilled because the walls look like they've been remodeled. So again, for the price, it's quite spacious. And here's the old gas hookup for the kitchen. And then these are really nice. There's one in the other tatami room on the first floor as well. You hook up a gas heater. They're really nice in the wintertime, or you just use the air con. I always loved using the gas heater. The apartment I'm living in now unfortunately does not have it, but my previous home did. Here we are going up to the second floor. You see a couple handrails there. 3 rooms up here and another toilet. Get a lot of requests wanting 2 toilets, rightfully so. Kind of become accustomed to that in the Western world, but it's not always common here in Japan. This toilet does look a little bit dated, but I think it's fine and functioning the way it is. You could always upgrade it later. So I'd say this is a turnkey style home and shouldn't be much to worry about. We would always recommend doing an inspection just to cover all the bases. We always manage that and take care of it. We pay for it, you just pay us back for it. We do use Wise payments for all of our clients, so if you're curious about that, that's how we make payments. You could even make the final payment with Wise as well. Quite a large room and lots of closet space here, as well as on the other side there's a smaller closet as well there. And this room had dimming lights, just like the first floor did. I saw a little bit dirty wallpaper, so if you wanted to upgrade that, it would definitely make it look a little bit newer and feel a little bit more clean. But again, it's fine the way it is right now. You could always upgrade that later down the line. On the second floor, and the doorways mostly are this tall, which is plenty of head clearance. There's one doorway into this room, which I'll get to here in a second. That's right about my height when I step up on it, so hitting my head a little bit. But again, this room here is clearing with no issues. See the discrepancy a little bit on the door sizes. I don't know if it was just upgraded later or if it was designed that way originally. Here's another larger room. So look out towards the front. And then a small balcony on this side. Again, a great value. Oh yeah, all these windows are single pane, which is going to be pretty much the standard for older homes. But for the cost of this home, again, this is a great value, especially if you're wanting a larger home with several rooms. If you have family, just you don't get the access to the large cities, and it's going to be a little bit harder to get to. But if you're okay with being, away from the city center and a little bit further from the airports and train stations, then this is going to be a great kind of home to consider. You've seen some of my other videos for the same price range, and for example, Osaka City is just a much different property that you'll get for that same price. Checking for all, on the corners for any water staining from leaks. Did not see anything. I know people look at these videos and for 50,000 USD, this is just an insane purchase. Prices have really skyrocketed around the world, but in Japan, they're still pretty low and there's plenty of opportunity to purchase. Things are changing. Real estate might be getting some changes, but it's mostly for large buys and land near natural resources, things like that. So I think for properties like this, we should be okay for some time to come. Hoping. You never really know, right? World is changing. Here's a look out the back. Right up against that forest there, so very quiet and makes you feel like you're a little bit in nature. Plenty of closet space in this room as well. And here is the breaker, making sure I'm shutting everything off before I leave. So that is the tour of the home for 50,000 USD, 7.8 million yen. I think it's a great buy. Headed home and enjoyed the views. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Always more to come. If you have any questions or want to have an initial call at no charge, please send me an email or a message on WhatsApp. Thank you very much and have a great day.